And once again, we are back. New Year's. Oh my God. We haven't been here for a long time. The Gente Me People with CC, Claudia Perez, and Ada. This is the first show for 2022 since we took the break before New Year's, and it's good to be back. We do this every Saturday at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock-ish, right? 4:15 in that time frame. It's good to be back. We got a new plan. We got a new year for NYCHA. New ideas. There's new politicians in office. And we're going to talk about all that today. You know what I'm saying? With the informed CC Perez. Once again, it's 31 degrees in New York City. And it's sunny outside. It's not windy, but you got to definitely bundle up because it's kind of like that today. But thank God it's not windy today, so that's what's happening. I'm going to hit the button one time for your mind, and bang. And the mics are lit. I am your co-host, Rock Logic, but it is not my show. This is Mi Gente, My People. Did I get that right, Cece?
Oh.
All right, yes. Mi Gente, My People. I always say Mi Gente, Me People. I be Jack. She's like, no, Rock, it's my people, right? Mi Gente, My People. Did I get that right? Mm-hmm. All right, good. And once again, 2022, we're doing it again. We're back. Oh, just push that in. Just, yeah. I mean, yeah, I know. So we're still off for last night's show. Just push it like right in there.
We're going to push it.
There you go. Cool, right? We're off for last night's show. What was dope was last night, if y'all didn't see it, Claudia came on my show, The Real Discussion, with me, Robin, Rocky D, and Gary Fax, and we really had a blast. We had a good time. And she got to sort of experience podcasts sort of in a different light. You know what I'm saying? We weren't doing any NYCHA anything. You know, we just were talking about everything, you know, growing up and all kinds of things. So you can catch that show. It's on YouTube. It's called Jim Jones Kissed His Mom. Huh? Wow, okay. That was the title of the show last night. So if you want to catch that, it was a good show. And you can see some very interesting things that happened and learn a little more about your TA president if you want to. You know, it was like that kind of night, a lot of honesty in the room. So I'm turning the show over to Claudia CC Perez, your host.
Welcome back. But before we even get into the show, I'm turning it back over to Rock because we are now on radio, y'all. You can listen to all of the shows on BGM. You know, you can Can't Be Silenced, One NYCHA. You have The Real Discussion, which was very real last night, and all of you should catch it because I didn't even expect it to be the way it was. You know, I was me in full form yesterday. So, Rock, if we can just let the people know how we can tune in and listen. It has Cash App, and I need y'all to start supporting us. You believe in NYCHA? I want every NYCHA resident to donate $1. Because you know what? If every NYCHA resident give $1, I'll have 400,000. So I want to see.
Exactly.
No, but for real. So just let them know, you know, like, because we've grown. We've really grown. We're on 24/7, y'all.
Yeah.
We Monday through Friday, Sunday to Sunday, actually. Yeah. And our shows are running. We are going into different aspects. You know, we're bringing more of Rock Logic out with the music. And you get to experience so much. We are a fully rounded global media network. And for those of y'all who don't know, we are Mi Gente, My People Incorporated as of today, y'all.
We are business, man. Business. Full. So tell me about the incorporation. That's fantastic. What's going on? You know,
listen,
what's happening?
We got our EIN numbers. Okay. You know, so again, shout out to Ron Peterson. He was on the show previously last year, and we're going to keep bringing it to you. And basically, I'm in business right now. I'm in the business of public housing right now. We are in the business of becoming a resident management corporation. So for those of y'all who don't know right now, Mi Gente, My People, we have things coming out. We also have Kids Lives Matter too. We have the Pathfinder Collective. We are doing our thing, y'all. And this is all NYCHA represented. You know, I'm a NYCHA resident first and foremost. And these businesses are owned by other NYCHA residents. It just so happened that the ones I've mentioned today, I've gotten started within my own development. And it's not my board members. Not only my board members are on, GW Family and Community Services is in effect, y'all. So that's what I've been doing. I've been building businesses. So I have non-for-profit incorporations, you understand, not-for-profit, and we also have FBO that has been starting up. So for those of you who don't know, it's a faith-based organization, and we can still talk about politics. We can run elected officials, and it doesn't muzzle us. So if you want to know more about that, I'm not going to put that out there because that's the business that we are in right now. You understand? So if you want to know about it, we are now a 508.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to give up about that. If you really want to know more, you're going to contact us. I'm going to see some of y'all dollars go to the Cash App. So, Rock, just tell them where they can go for all of this.
The Cash App is at Boardwalk Podcast, right? The Cash App is Boardwalk Podcast, and no amount is too small. You know what I'm saying? If you do $1, that's fine. You do $20, $50, whatever. No amount is too small. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've been doing this thing for the whole Boardwalk Global Media thing. We've been doing for 4 years. We've been doing Mi Gente My People. We're coming up My People, which is coming up on the 1 year anniversary that we started this thing. So, we do it, and we do it for free, but, we need donations to keep things going. That's kind of what's happening. Got to keep the lights on. We are someplace where we pay rent, heat, lighting, electricity. We are in a facility.
Listen, we don't have a fridge yet. Can you get us a fridge?
And a microwave.
Get a Doug.
And a microwave. We need a Doug and a microwave.
Absolutely.
So we can do that.
Yes, we still doing the food thing. 1-800-GET-A-DOUG. It's called Gotham Pantry, Gotham Food Pantry. Over the Christmas and New Year's vacation, we're still feeding people. We're giving 10,000 meals out per day. It has slowed down, and the reason it has slowed down, and I need y'all, for all of it's 30, almost 40 developments right now that are receiving food on a daily basis. Like, this is huge, y'all. And if we want to keep it going, we have to start hitting up our elected officials to keep this going. Because what happened was, due to the FEMA money that came in for the restaurants, the restaurants, this is what's keeping restaurants alive. This is what's changing our taste buds. This is what's changing. And with the outbreak, the Omarion, whatever you want to call it, we just
Omicron.
We're not going to mention that.
Everybody calling the poor boy Omarion.
The Omarion tour.
You know what I'm saying? My man is in trouble. It was so bad that I think on New Year's Eve, they had Omicron under the dude's name, right? My man's performing as the virus right now. Like, he must really hate his life. I'm just saying. It's okay, and I keep saying Omarion too. So
listen, you know what? It just made better sense to me saying it like that. At least I'll remember it and keep it on lock. So we do have a lot that we've been doing, and you need to hit your elected officials up and let them know that to reach out to Gotham Pantry so that we could keep getting the food. The restaurants have been approved all the way to March, but the money ran out, so they cannot provide food possibly after another week. So everybody that we've been feeding, it might come to like a extremely low halt, slow halt, because the government approved all these restaurants, but there's not enough money. So just so that you can understand, certain organizations specifically put into our communities had $25 million. I can tell you Gotham Pantry within only the month of December in distribution till now has spent over $2 million in food. So you figure over $2 million in food has gone through over 40 NYCHA developments. So that's big right there, and that was only in 1 month. So just imagine how many other organizations that were getting the food, how many other organizations that are in this program. We need to keep our local mom and pop restaurants open. We love tasting their food. I know you guys love tasting their food.
It was great, yeah.
And, we
I ate it on the show, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we have to also understand, like Ada tells me all the time, she was like, Claudia, I gotta go out there. Cause I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't have Omicron, but I was sick for a while, y'all. I was really knocked out. I was really, 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 really knocked out. And we had to Ada was holding it down. So Ada, let's just let the people know what you were doing.
Holding it down the way you said, giving out the food, making sure. And I can't go to bed knowing that there's somebody hungry in the street. I always tell people, I can't put a roof over your head, but I can put a plate of food in your stomach.
Right.
And I wouldn't be able to go to bed, put head to pillow, knowing that there's somebody hungry and knowing that refrigerator was empty when I could have got up and did what I had to do. So if I had to hold it down by myself, I was holding it down. But big shout outs to Maria.
Yes. Everybody needs a Maria. Yes. I love my residents. And, so that's on the food tip. I let y'all know about the business, man. Y'all want to know about things. Y'all want to know how to get it together. Contact us. Hit us up. Send that dollar BGM.
Word up. Big shout out to Gary. Gary's in the building. He was like, last night's show was crazy. Big shout out to Gary.
Hi, Gary.
And if you end up in the chat room, please just put something in so we know what you're there.
Just say hi.
Don't troll out. Don't be trolling out.
It's okay, though, because you know what? I love everybody. Whether you come in and drop in and want to be quiet or you just want to be here just listening, because you know what? I noticed that my views are going up tremendously. Shout out to Rock. Happy birthday. We had a birthday. Shout out to
Yes, you did. Just push that in right there. Just push it in.
I'm going to hold it. I'm going to just hold it. I'm going to hold it.
That's it. You good.
So, shout out to all the Capricorns.
Yeah, I'm 55 now. How crazy is that?
God bless you.
Yeah, I'm 55. So I'm having a pretty good time with that. I'm saying being older.
Listen, we having a belated birthday party because, Omicron kind of stopped us. So if you want to celebrate with Rock Logic, you got to come down on the 19th to the Shrine. He's having a birthday party.
Yep, 135th and Adam Clayton Park.
It's a BGM party because everybody from all the podcasts will be there, hopefully.
Absolutely.
And excuse me, y'all. I drank some ginger ale. I don't need to do that. That's like really bad. But
Gary said my birthday's the 12th. Yes, January 12th is Gary's birthday.
Happy birthday, Gary. You know what?
Cynthia says I'm here. She's in the room. Cynthia's in the room.
Bless you, blessings. Cynthia, I'm gonna come to you, so you stay right there. We're gonna give you a phone call because she got some stuff to say.
Talk about.
She's been in the paper lately from the Upper West Side. She can tell you what's going on over there. She's been holding it down for the residents over there. And like in the NYCHA, NYCHA is doing big moves, y'all. I don't know if y'all understand. And like when I told you guys before, we're gonna start doing a plan. We already know we got them on the Section 3. We already know we got them on the MOA, which is the Memorandum of Understanding. And we have to go cohesively. We also have them on other things, and we need to hit them and hit them hard because they coming at us hard. By the end of 2022, the larger developments, for everybody who has more than 8 buildings, they're coming for us. Specifically Washington Houses is slated for PAC by the end of this year. So I know the route for Washington Houses is resident management. So those of you who are listening, you understand you're going to be getting information under your doors. You're going to be getting packets explaining to you what resident management is. For a very long time, I've been talking about it. So we have a plan put together. We have a PowerPoint that we're putting together for the visual for you guys to understand. Because again, they are coming for us whether we want to believe it or not. Vito M, and I'm not going to say his last name because I always chop it up. And to me, he's Vito. And that was always Uncle Vito to us. Because let me tell you something. He was directly COO under Gregory Russ. And before that, he always was our VP. And let me tell you something. When y'all got angry because he was getting that $400,000 salary, you had to look at his vacation time. He had over 3 years of vacation time. And how many times have you not noticed that your own people on your grounds take multiple vacations. So for that man to have 3 years of vacation time, that's right. That means he was dedicated, y'all. Y'all might not believe it, and the process is slow. And what I keep explaining to you, when you only have one person leading that battle and nobody else to support that person, this is what they do. They get rid of you. And y'all also have to understand who's coming in behind them. Mr. Sherrod Williams. Hopefully I did get his name correct, but I know the first name is Sherrod. Cynthia, correct me if I'm wrong, because you do know that. I will tell you, we need to understand that this man is a HUD czar. This man, to me, in our interactions, a lot of y'all, y'all were pointing the finger at us and trying to understand what we were doing as Occupy NYCHA in that HUD building. Look, that same person who we were talking to, who we readily had a hand on in HUD, now has come to NYCHA. Now we have to understand what is his purpose. Because, again, he now has that $400,000 plus salary. He might look like us, but a lot of them are not for us. They are there to tell us what it is that we need. And it's our time. This is a new year, a new time, new directive, and new people. So it's new people everywhere. They moved all your managers. The election processes should be over now. Congratulations to all the TAs in there, to all the TAs that made it, Congratulations to y'all for winning y'all elections. We need y'all more than ever right now. We need you. So we just have to understand that your plan should be, if they're going to come in, and if you do accept that RAD or that PAC conversion, you need to be at that table, okay? Because I'm keeping it real with y'all. In certain aspects, when it comes to certain housing.
Oh, here you go. Daniel Sherrod is the name.
Okay, Daniel Sherrod. Thank you.
Says. Yep.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. I know Sherrod was in there. I told y'all I knew that part. You have to understand that. And
just so you know, Renee Harrison is present for the briefing.
Absolutely. I love you, Renee.
Yeah.
I feel you, sis. And you know what? Shout out to Renee, because she's out there. She's one of our warriors, okay? She's a warrior. And when I say warrior, because if she has to be out there fighting on her own with her son, stepping to them elected officials, that's that girl right there, that woman. I'm not going to call you a girl, pardon me, but that's Renee right there. So all our warriors are out here. And I'm just letting y'all know we are coming with our plan. We are coming with our plan. Our plan should be resident management. You should run your own developments. You should know what that looks like. I cannot tell you enough. So we have paperwork that we can put out where we can start to get your input as residents. We had to learn how to move around this Omicron and this COVID thing, because we want to be able to come together, and we can't come together the way we usually do. We know that a lot of our seniors, they are not equipped or savvy to go onto the Zoom. Right. They are not, computer savvy, but they will sit there and read. You can't give them too much to read. That's why we're making like bullet points for people to understand what's the difference between Section 8 and what's the difference between Section 9. The Section 8 applies to your apartment. It does not apply to you. What they're telling you is, under the RAD conversion, is that if you choose to leave with Section 8, you can apply for regular Section 8, right? And if they have any vouchers available, that's what they will offer to you. But they don't tell us how many vouchers are available, how many people qualify for those vouchers, or what. You always know when they're giving you something, it's always a loophole. It's always a barrier. They are putting it there because we are saying this, because we have been speaking about this for so long. You understand what I'm saying? So they're putting it there in the language that we see, but we have to know deeper than that. We have to know what it is. We have to know what it is that we want. I know that I want, as resident management, I could tell you right now, I want to take over cleaning of the buildings. I want to take over the landscaping. I want to take over the maintenance. All right? And while we're taking over those three things, it now gives us resident management. That's what it's given us. We are going to hire people from our communities, not just people that live in NYCHA, because it's not just people in NYCHA that are suffering. It's not just people who qualify in NYCHA that qualify for Section 3. That is your total community. You have to make sure that all these contractors, every single contractor is in violation of the Section 3. And there's nobody doing anything about it. So guess what? That's where we come in. And for y'all don't know, Section 3 covers the labor, the unions. That's what's so important. Then you have to understand with the Build Back Better plan, you have to read, if you didn't understand and read the language in which they say, most of that money is going to public-private partnerships. Again, that is Section 8 privatization.
I don't want to
that they're
interrupt your
coming
flow,
to.
but
What's up?
something interesting in the chat room popped up. You know I always like to involve the chat room. Gary says, New York Governor Hochul said in her State of the Union address last Thursday, said she plans to go after NYCHA for the atrocious housing issues.
Many people have said that.
Let's address it.
Many people have said that. Everybody comes in and they want to do well. But if you are not breaking down the structure, HUD is not responsible for the oversight. HUD is responsible for the compliance. And we all know NYCHA is out of compliance with a lot of things. Now, when it comes to Hochul, Hochul has to understand, just saying what it is or saying what we want her to say, we need to see action. That's the main thing. We have a new Manhattan Borough president. We have a new mayor. All of them, both of them, are for RAD and Section 8 public housing. They are talking about, the Mitchell-Lama process of it all, right, which is sort of slightly different. But again, that's not ownership. We want to own. We want our own stuff. We want to own our buildings. We want to own the property. Get that. Understand that. And I'll take it in the shape that it is in right now. Because guess what? All these other management corporations are taking it in the position of what it is right now. So why wouldn't you want to take it in the position that it is right now? And you have to understand the reason why they keep saying public-private is because the private organizations that come in, they can acquire different grants and loans. As us as a resident management corporation, as residents, we qualify for those same grants. Follow the step. They are laying it out for us. Understand that. But we have to make sure, because you even look at the conversions that are going now, right? And with the conversions that's going on now, one of the management companies was previously run, and I think Brian Benjamin, who is now in Hochul's department, he owned it, or he was one of the executives from it. So it's a black face in there. You understand what I'm saying? This is something new. But then again, you have to understand that we've been sold these dreams for so long. It is time for us to stop asking people to help us. I am giving you the answer for you helping yourself. We can no longer wait, because they're not waiting. We don't have any more time. The time is up. Your clock already has ticked. We have to take this.
So I have a question about resident management. Big shout out to Maria. Maria, she's in the room. By the way, Maria, you missed your shout out. That's all I'm saying. They gave you a big shout out. It was incredible. You missed it, Maria. I'm just saying they bigged you up. They're like, get yourself a Maria. All right. So, but the question is, would resident management stop the RAD conversion?
Right away.
Okay.
Right away.
I want to make that clear.
Legislation.
Okay.
What it is, and when you transfer the Section 8, they're pushing it out.
Okay.
The type of resident management legislation that they're putting in the blueprint is totally different than the one that is already written in the HUD regulations.
Okay.
And the reason that they're getting rid of it is because nobody has used it. There is no one who has used it in
Resident management.
No. So if you're not using it, what they do, they get rid of it.
Right.
It's non-existent right now because no one is using it. No one is understanding it. No one is opening their pages. And a lot of you, right? Y'all sit here and y'all quote little parts of the regulations. How many of you actually know the regulations through and through? Because you'll say under 964, but you don't really know what 964 is. And it's more to it, because if you can't understand, if you're not going through the 964s, how can you get to the 970s? How can you get to the 968s? How can you even go back? And Section 8 falls under, I do believe, 920s.
920 is what? I'm sorry.
These are the sections in Article 24. The article is 24. These are the sections of the Article 24, all that concern public housing. People have to understand, why is it that when it comes to public housing, it is named public and Indian housing?
I'm sorry, did you say Indian?
Indian housing.
Like Indian, like.
Yes, Indian. It is public and Indian housing land. Understand? We have to understand what we're giving up.
We got to talk about that. What are we saying?
Absolutely.
I don't even understand that. Go ahead, go.
So basically, you know how is when they did public housing, you had to house everybody. But due to the fact that Indians were on reservations and they took that from them.
They're a sovereign nation, technically.
There you go. So technically, most of our developments are sovereign. Because we are, like Washington houses, I know for a fact is sovereign because we on Indian burial grounds.
Oh.
It was built on the burial grounds.
Oh, this is interesting. I didn't know that.
So again, you have to look into it. Every development is different. You get what I'm saying? So you have to go and know the
history of
the development. You have to also know, and the only way you're gonna know is if you go through those regulations. You have to go through the public housing regulations. The public housing regulations. Don't use them like, people go to church and use the Bible. You wait for the preacher to get to the pulpit and tell you to turn the page and chapter. You have to read that. You have to study it. You have to study it. And then we can have a conversation. A lot of people didn't understand 2 years ago what we were talking about. A lot of y'all and you're starting to understand it now. And you're feeling like, oh my God, this is something new. No, boo-boo. It's been there since the creation of public housing. Remember the Great White Flight. They utilized that. And I keep saying that. They utilized that. And that's how we got filtered with black and brown people in public housing. Because the white people originally was in public housing.
That's correct.
Growing up, remember, there was a lot of them, but you don't
find them now. Why? Because they all own homes.
Okay. They moved out.
Hit
the suburbs.
But you got to understand how and why they moved out. Because in the regulations, it stated, excuse me, guys, I'm going to stop with the...
With the gas. She got the gas.
And it's ginger ale, y'all. It's plain.
We're going to hit you with the wind.
All
right, go ahead, Claudia. All right, go ahead.
But
had to turn my back on it.
Yeah, we gotta have laughs in this because I can get hype and I'm very serious, But
the white
this
flight.
is serious work. This is serious work.
So what happened with the white flight?
Okay, in the regulations, it clearly states that your housing authority is supposed to work with you. Again, financial literacy. That's what it is. In a nutshell, it's financial literacy. So basically, they worked with you to build your credit. Once you built your credit, you had banks that were they worked with the banks to give you low income loans, low percentage loans, low interest loans. So that's how everybody was able to purchase a home. You went from public housing to purchasing homes. Once the influx of black and brown people came, guess what? They no longer offered that.
It wasn't available.
It is available, but if you don't read your regulations, If you don't read your regulations, you don't know to ask for that. You don't know to go in there and go get that.
Plus, before 30%, we used to have a thing called a ceiling. So an apartment couldn't be a certain amount. And when they took off the ceiling and put it to 30%, you can't save money and live in public housing. You can't.
Right.
Not
Because
anymore.
that 30% is 30% before Uncle Sam's even takes their 30%.
It's their money.
So that 30% is really half of your check. So back in the days when I was growing up, all my friends' families moved to houses and all that because they were only paying a ceiling and no more. So they could have put that extra money to the side and leave the projects. Now we have generation past generation. They can't leave the projects because we paying an obscene amount of rent.
Got you.
That's another reason why we really can't. We could, but it's a sacrifice.
It's a struggle. Yeah.
It's a struggle.
It's always a barrier for us.
Right.
But you know what I'm here to say? This year, 2022, we gonna kick them barriers down. When we first did it, people didn't understand it, but y'all getting it now. And we have to be radical. We are not angry enough. We are not angry enough because let me tell you something. We need to stop complaining to each other. The same way you sit there and you do whatever it is you do, sit there and why don't you write a letter? Send it to your elected officials. When you sitting there and you're looking at the hole or that leaky faucet or your tiles or just the things that you're dealing with, I want you to pick up your HUD regulations. So guess what? I just thought about it. I am a president of Washington, but due to the fact of this show, I know I am bigger than just Washington, and I carry the rest of NYCHA on my back. So I promise y'all, I will take on the responsibility of having the copies of the not just the 964s, the 900s. From 9 to 999. That's how many sections are in Article 24. Okay? 999. I know my brain is big. It's not that big to retain all that information. All of us who know need to come and give it to others. And that's the only way in us understanding and being on the same page. And that's why we are here talking about this. Because if I know about this and I'm not telling you guys about it, me knowing it means nothing. Because we cannot move forward until all of us are on the same page. And no one is a leader unless you have followers. All leaders have followers.
You have to. Or you just
Exactly. And there's a lot of leaders out here that don't have any followers. So we need to, like I'm going to call them, false prophets. We need to excommunicate with the false prophets. And they come in the shape and form of organizations put into our communities to distract us from knowing. Because let me tell you something. If these resident-led organizations even took the time to know the regulations, everything you need. And everybody, I get a lot of pushback on this because it's not just about the regulations. It is, because that's the only way that we're going to be able to create change. And until you understand what governs you, you don't know what it is that you want to put in place to support the things that are there and not. And I tell you one thing, another thing with these regulations, they are so vague.
I'm just saying. Carmen said, "Stop screaming, baby girl." Carmen's in the house. What's up, Carmen? She said, "Stop screaming,
Turn
baby
me
girl."
down.
Go ahead. We're lower her level, Carmen. Go ahead.
You
Go
got
ahead.
me loud.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Hola, mama. But yeah, we gotta.
Oh, by the way, hold on.
do
I
it.
just want to address the chat room. Mm-hmm. So Renee Harrison said exactly 125th Street and 2nd Avenue, African Indian burial ground owned by Elmendorf Church, East
I
Side
told you,
History.
Renee know it.
Maria says, when I first moved here, it was all white and Jewish people living in the Gravesend houses.
That's right.
So yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's definitely right.
I just wanted to
But
address it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, Occupy NYCHA is now INC, y'all. We are Resident Management Corporation. I ain't even say that yet. I wanted Carmen to blow that up. So we're gonna have to call her right now so she can talk about the Resident Management Corporation and where we're moving with that.
So who we calling?
We calling Carmen.
Oh Lord,
we gonna get you on the line, Mama.
Yeah, we can call Carmen right now. You know, I got a number. I got her on speed dial.
You better. That's Madrina right there. You know she the godmother. You better stop playing.
Come on, I'm telling you right now. Dan got the number you got right here. Okay, speed dial. I figure if I'm ever in trouble, I'm calling Carmen. She gonna get me out of jail.
Absolutely. Listen, everybody want to Carmen.
You could tell y'all ain't got nothing better to do, right? Y'all ain't got nothing better to do, yo.
Happy New Year.
That's it. Happy New Year, Carmen.
Happy New Year, family. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. We good.
Hey, let me tell you something. Boy, you doing your thing. I've been checking it out. I may not be on when you want, but I'll be checking the block out, baby.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
You rocking that, baby. You rocking it. I'm proud of you.
I'm putting in work. Thank you, Carmen.
That's right. You putting in that work. That's what's up. My baby girl, I hear you, but, you know, people have to retain the message, and you have so much to give. And I know how you got that. I know you got it from me, actually, really. Screaming because you get so passionate. I get like that, too, I know. But we need to retain the message now because this is so serious. I talked with Maria Forbes today on resident management and the pushback that she's getting because over there, she's not the only president. There's like 7 presidents over there. Mm-hmm. So they all have to agree, and, you know, they agree and some disagree. And so, you know, we're going over there. Occupy Nights is going over there to focus on that resident management with her and the people that do want it. We have just become our 501c4 and 3. We are doing our...
Big news.
We will be the first pilot program, and we're going to take the message somewhere else. We're going to start with the janitorial maintenance. And once we do that, and the thing is to make it work, you know, because resident management is not about taking all of its problems, because the problem in New York State Housing Authority are all too big. And so you have to take it from part to part. And once you master the first part, then you can go on to the second part. The second thing you need to do is check out the CBOs and the people within your district that know about piping and know about construction, and start bringing those people in. We can no longer depend on New York City Housing Authority or its vendors or its contractors.
Or its elected officials.
You got it. Well, you know, hold on, you're preaching to the choir. But we have to do our own thing. Resident management is the only way to go. And I hope that the presidents will get on board, because without, you know, we're so divided all the time, and that's why this has been happening. So let's stop being divided. Let's stop. You don't have to like me to work with me.
There you go.
You got it? You don't have to do that. But we all have one common goal. And it really leads right back to our kids. Like you said, people say, you say the same thing all the time. Yeah, I got 19 grandkids and 13 grand. I need to make sure that they have housing.
14.
If I die tomorrow, I got to make sure they're all right. So, and that's where we need to be looking at. Look at what's happened to our children right now. You know, I had 3 kings today, Thursday.
That's
my God. Most of the kids couldn't come because they were COVID. They had COVID. So there's a lot of things that we have to start doing and making sure that our families are really safe. It's double hard right now.
Let's talk about that for a minute, Mama, because I know my workers went over to yours. Because what was going on over there?
Actually, all of our workers caught COVID. We have 22 workers. We were down to 1 for about a week. Yep. And we had to borrow and we could only borrow 2 people. Now, 3 people for 19 buildings, 161 apartments in each building. You tell me. It was that bad. That's why resident management is so important. And I got on Facebook and I told everyone, I said, this is up to us.
Yep.
We can no longer depend on nobody. We have to take over. If everybody does their door, just their door.
And I say that all the time.
Your buildings will be clean.
Clean in front of your door.
All you got to do is sweep in front of your door, mop in front of your door. Everybody. And we will have clean and safe homes. But we have to do it ourselves. Let's stop being lazy. Do what you got to do.
Another thing I was saying we need to take over that resident watch and start hiring our own security. That's another place that we could definitely look into. You understand? Because our own safety and security should be left up to us because it's left up to us anyway.
Yeah, but resident management is now a joke. I mean, not resident management. I mean,
resident watch.
Yeah, resident watch is a joke. And it's really governed by New York City Housing Authority, have its own supervisors, gurus that are in there. They hire who they want. I have a problem over here. Our resident watch plays numbers and does everything that they ain't supposed to be doing. You know, and that brings crime.
They watching the numbers.
Crime to the building. They watching the numbers. And, that's crime. That's crime. It brings crime. No matter what. I'm not saying don't play your numbers. But we got people sitting outside different buildings that don't live there, jeopardizing the lives of people that do live in that building.
Right.
That's not fair shit. That's not fair at all. And we have to get New York City Housing Authority, Tenant Patrol to do much better. That needs to be dismantled and run better also.
I say we take it over because we definitely could do a lot better.
We have to.
Another thing,
because as long as you're getting paid by NYCHA, you are no longer working for the people in your development. You're working for New York City Housing Authority.
So I have a question, Carmen. So your organization is now resident management, which means you can manage your buildings, correct?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So what is the first task that you guys are going to take on? What is the first thing you guys are going to take over?
Janitorial maintenance.
Janitorial maintenance. Okay. All right. Okay.
That's right.
All right. So that's where that starts.
Right.
Yeah,
that's where it starts.
It's in the building, man.
It's first of all, you have to get your foot in the door and you have to know what you're doing.
Right.
We can't go into resident management and try to attack the pipes. It's impossible for us to fix pipes right now.
Right, 100%.
Impossible. We don't have the money and we don't have the people to do that. So we have to start
this is where I'm driving. This is where I'm going with this. What I'm saying is we need to either videotape or, because I'd like to have almost like time lapse, right? That here's what the buildings look like before resident management.
Exactly.
And this is what it look like after. You know what I'm saying?
Well, y'all should. You should know me. I video everything. I don't care. I video your mother. She doing wrong.
You know what I'm saying? And then at least we have that. You know what I mean? So we have like a little time lapse. Like this is what this looked like before we took over, and this is what it looked like after. Once we took control of this situation, so that people know that it can work. You know what I'm saying?
And it can. And what people don't fail to realize is that they have to involve their residents. You cannot do this because you're just the president. Exactly. It's about the people.
Yep.
It's about the people. You have to have your meeting. The residents have to agree on it. I did that already. Claudia and all of them were there. And everybody okayed it. They signed off and we moved on. We could not do a 501c3 before we did a meeting with the residents and have the residents sign off on it, actually. You cannot do resident management.
That's right.
You can't even do a corporation before you talk to the resident.
That's right.
So there are steps people have to take. And we're willing to teach. We're willing to teach, but right now we're concentrating on our thing now. We're going to be changing Occupy NYCHA to Manhattan. The resident management is going to be Manhattan Valley because we're starting with Douglas.
Okay.
And then from here on, we'll be going to Washington because, of course, Claudia is part of Occupy Nitra, and she is now a part of Manhattan Valley.
Okay, all right.
So there's a way to do everything, but, people think they can just do things and don't follow protocol. I call HUD. I sat with HUD.
Yep.
HUD told me exactly what I needed to do.
You have to get those regulations.
You have to. That's right.
You have to follow the protocol that's put in place for you to do it. Don't think this is willy nilly. We're not blowing air. Blow that air. We're not blowing air up your arses. And I'm just gonna say that this is real talk right here. And for those of you listening, you take heed. And I need y'all, if y'all have questions, y'all need to put y'all questions in here. Hit us up. Ask us questions. We want you to ask questions.
Please, we need you guys to come on board. Anytime you need me, Claudia knows how to get a hold of me. Whatever you need, we're willing to go to developments and show you exactly how to do it. It's not an easy thing. It is not. Just because your president don't give you carte blanche.
There you go.
It doesn't give you carte blanche. You can't do anything without the resident.
We're going to have residents fighting against the residents.
Yeah. And you will have. Because a lot of them are for RAD, some of them are for RAD, and some of them are not. And so I'm focusing on the people that don't want RAD. I don't care about everything else. And people that do have RAD that want resident management, we'll come back to them when we're able to come back to them. Because we have to perfect what we're doing first.
Exactly.
Because my building alone, they call me the janitor. They're like, oh, she thinks she's a janitor because I mop my floor, I mop my lobby.
First and foremost, you know what? And I tell people this all the time. Y'all take for granted that NYCHA is supposed to do everything.
Exactly.
If you own it, so treat it like that. Because a lot of people say, well, my house and my this and my. If you own it, treat it like that. If you see something, clean it up. It's nothing wrong with you cleaning up after others that live in your building. It's nothing wrong with it. Now, repetitively, yes, it becomes a problem. But then, guess what? You'll find out who it is. And once you find out who it is and you let that person know to stop doing the things that they're doing, they're going to stop because they know you
do have RAD that want resident management. We'll come back. Exactly. We have to go back to them because a lot of them were forced in it.
Wait, what's going on, Rob?
Hold on.
You got more than one window open.
All right, hold on.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, a lot of people were forced into the RAD and the PAC that don't want it. I mean, you
all those
you see now,
conversions were illegal to me, and we know that.
Exactly. Well, we all see what's happening with Wise Towers now, where that management is just no good. VRC, they're horrible. The one thing I can say is that NYCHA will help. I mean, I've talked to Greg Russ. He's actually excited that I'm doing this. Okay, and he's with us. And that's a good thing because we can't keep fighting NYCHA. We have to work with New York City Housing Authority. We can't keep fighting each other. We have to work with the status quo and respect it. You're going to do your own thing. Of course you're going to do your own thing. But you still need New York City Housing Authority. You still need HUD. And so you want to partner with them. And you want to partner with the monitor. Our next move now is to meet with the monitor again, to meet with HUD again, and then to meet with Greg Russ again. Okay, so we're doing that probably by the end of this month. Hopefully, I will be sending a letter tonight to the monitor so that Occupy NYCHA can meet with them again and give them all the paperwork, baby.
That's right.
We are on our way.
Yes. So again, with big things for 2022. Thank you, Carmen. You're
welcome, baby.
You're always welcome, and you're a pleasure to always have on this show. You already know this is like your home.
Well, you're my baby girl.
Absolutely.
Well, Rock, keep doing what you're doing, boo boo. I'm watching you.
I'm
have a blessed day.
Yeah, and listen, I want to really congratulate you on your new endeavor and where you guys are going with it. And I can't wait to see the result. You know what I'm saying? And
you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it inch by inch, baby. We're recording every little thing, baby, and we're hiring our own people. We're making sure residents have the jobs.
That's big. That's
It
big.
is.
I love it.
It's actually growing.
Yeah.
It's gonna grow and
Resident
you understand?
management means resident management. That's what it means. Run by the
residents.
resident.
Can't wait. Oh my God. Thank you, Carmen.
All right,
You're welcome.
Mama.
All right, I'll see you.
Okay.
All right, bye bye. That is
Right,
that is
y'all.
just so
it's
tremendous.
dope, right? It's
Man,
dope. We dope. We do dope.
Yo,
things
you do dope.
over
It's
here.
dope. It's dope. It's
That's
dope.
right.
Like I can't wait because I know we've been talking about it.
But see, she blew it up. I was saving it. I wanted
Yeah.
to do a whole show about it. But hey, the cat is out the bag. We got lots of surprises coming this year. And I'm not even going to say surprises. We got big things happening this year that we're doing. You understand what I mean? And as residents, we are forever fighting for our lives. You know, and this is real, and I'm happy. Because we are finding solutions for ourselves and following through with it. And Adolf, like you said, residents are the ones that fight against it. But those residents are not the majority. You have to understand
And
that.
it's sad because NYCHA is so big. Where could you walk in New York City that you not bump into a public housing facility? Development.
Yeah.
We have developments. If developments will stop complaining amongst themselves and get together, we'll be a force.
We're not talking
Powerful.
about that. We moving.
Powerful.
I'm not even gonna, I'm not putting that energy out there.
No, you know what you need to
because
do?
It's a new year.
What I like what you're doing is you're showing improving, right? You're saying, you know
Gotta
what?
walk the walk.
You got to walk the walk, right? And we've been talking about resident management, you know, ever since I met you and Manny, you know, back last year.
It's
and I
only
remember
been
you guys.
a year. Look where we
it's
at.
only been a year.
Look where we at.
Yeah. A year
we
ago,
talking.
you were
know,
talking about it, and now here it is, and now it's happening, right? So you're moving in the right direction, and by you leading by example, other people will follow.
And that's why we have all these other incorporations around us as well, because we are the ones that we're going to be hiring, us. So again, you guys can open up your own businesses. You can own your own businesses. And guess what? We all can be contractors. We all can be vendors of NYCHA, so we can start freeing up that federal funding. That's the whole idea of it. So,
Who's Damian Carter?
yo, D, what's up?
He yelled out, paperwork. He yelled out.
Yo, happy New Year to you, man. Like, it's been
Maria
a while.
Maria
love
says
you.
unity. Yeah. And Valdez says,
Yo, that's my girl, Coney Island in the house.
I'm now part of the new NYCHA tenant board
That's what's
in
up.
Gravesend.
I'm happy for you.
I tried very hard to get Coney Island to wake up. So now we're going to
On the go to unite.
go to Unite.
They're on the go to unite, and that's like, Ann is a warrior like Renee.
Okay,
Let me
okay.
tell you something. Damien too. Okay, Damien is over there in he on 125. Oh my God, why I can't remember. Darn it. D, put it in there, and please forgive me. I'm having like a mental brain fart right now.
Yeah. Put it in, Damien. Put it in.
East or West Side?
No, he's the West Side. Grant Houses.
Grant.
There you go.
Grant or Great?
Grant.
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 Oh, over there by El Puerto.
125. Yes.
That restaurant, right? Right across the street.
And no, the banging crab boilers over there across
right
the
there.
street.
Yeah, crazy.
Yes. And for those of you who don't know and you still got extra money on your EBT card, you can go over there, buy the seafood, and they steam it. You just pay like a little $5-10
Word up.
cash, out your pocket for them to steam it. But yeah, you can listen.
Yeah, I see it
Grant
all the
Houses
time.
is huge.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's huge. Those are like one of the bigger developments. I think they got like 20 something. They big like Carmen's. I look at Wash and say Wash is big. But again, we can start addressing those issues because listen, I hope you heard what she said. Out of 22 workers, you only have one worker coming in, and that's including management. I could tell you what's going on right now. I have a manager, assistant manager.
Oh, no.
Ada, get off that phone.
That's it. It's all right. Go ahead.
I had a manager, assistant manager, super, assistant super, all out with COVID. So the inmates were running the asylum. Okay. So you have and every development is suffering because of this. And again, Nigel's using this as I hate to say it, but it's so true, and I keep saying it, and I don't want to fight with them. I'm tired of fighting with them, but it's just time. If I'm not angry, it seems like we don't get a response. So if you don't raise your voice, it seems like you don't get a response.
You know what I think though? More than being angry, I think if you're not active,
there you go.
you're not going to get a response, right? You don't have to be angry, but you got to be active. You can be calm and be active.
No,
because people
then they appease you.
No, because the thing is, in numbers, the activism is crazy, right? Yep. I could be a yelling nut, right, and go but without nobody behind me, I'm just a yelling nut, right?
There you go.
And I might get something done for me in the process of that, but if I have 1,000 people behind me, and I'm a yelling nut, I'm no longer a yelling nut. I'm the voice of 1,000 people.
That's
what I'm saying.
And
that's the activism.
And that's what we are. And that's what Occupy Night should tend to be. And before we go on to another topic, I want us to hit up Cynthia Tibbs. Miss Tibbs, I hope you're still around. We're about to call you because on the Upper West Side, salud, bless you.
Yeah, I got big lungs.
You gotta understand, Cynthia, and I love her. Like, she gets it done. And we were going back and forth because even when Vito, who we knew were leaving, she was like, no, I heard it was a female. I said, no, it's Rod. Yeah, and she's like, no, da-da-da. And I'm like, no, it's Rod. She's like, send it to me because I can't find it. And I love her because you can't just tell her anything. She does her research. And she knows exactly what she's talking about. And a lot of the times I'll be like, nah, and I've learned to not doubt her, but to just go get more information to the information that she's given to us. So at the end of the day...
Hey, sorry I missed your call, but
no, she didn't.
Get back.
Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't send me the voicemail, Cynthia Tibbs. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no. I got to call back again. Hold on for one second. Did I get voicemail?
No, but you know what?
Did she just ghost me? Did I just get ghosted?
Is she on? Because it's not...
Let me see. Hold on. Wait. No, you can't tell her she speaks. Here we go. All right, hold on. I think... Did she ghost me? Let me see. Hold on. I'm going again.
Hey, I was on the other line. What's up?
Oh, I thought you ghosted me.
Never.
I was like, Cynthia ghosted me? What is this about? What's up, Sin? Happy New Year.
Rock?
How's your foot?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, how's your foot doing?
It's out of the cast. I'm starting physical therapy tomorrow on Monday.
All right, good for you. But listen, you've been quite busy and holding it down for us. I didn't say anything about what was going on. I need you to tell us what happened and where we at with it and how we can help you.
Well, technically, I only stepped in because the TA president, Wise Towers, was unavailable. He had been hospitalized at the time.
But so, let's start from the beginning.
We all work as a group. Mm-hmm. Okay, so PRC Management, which stands for Pact Resistance Collaborative, is the Manhattan B bundle that was awarded to them in 2019.
Through what? December. Through RAD Pact what?
Pact. Permanent Affordability Commitment Togetherness. And that's why they call themselves the Pact Collaborative Renaissance.
Which is technically RAD, correct?
Huh?
Which is technically RAD, correct?
Yes, it is technically RAD with a twist. Okay. That's the only difference. But they all originate from RAD. The problem with this particular management company is that they are highly aggressive in how they treat not only Wise Tower residents, but Kips Bay's building, 344 East 28th Street. Mm-hmm. Extremely aggressive, unprofessional. This is Wise Tower's second compactor fire. When they got the buildings in December of 2019, by January was when they had the first compactor fire. Over 100 firefighters were there. That was on 91st Street side. There are 4 giant buildings of Wise Towers. 120 West 91st Street caught fire in January of 2020. With that, there were 100 firefighters. Gail Brewer and the TA president, Ernesto Cabrera, were bringing seniors out of the building. because the super couldn't be found. The on-site super was not on-site.
Meaning
So
that
PRC has been, yes, with these conversions, you get a 24-hour on-site super that gets a free apartment. He's never to be found. Gail Brewer has been taking pictures, all of us have, of the garbage that is just tossed all over the sidewalk, not compiled correctly. They were supposed to be redoing the entire bathrooms, you know, pulling out tubs and everything. Decided it would be cheaper to get bath fitters instead. They never, they ignore the TA every chance they can. And Ernesto fights with them constantly about the way they treat the residents. They don't give them enough notice that they're coming. They're rude. They're extremely rude. They do not follow COVID protocols. They will not show you their vaccination cards. They will not wear masks. They were supposed to have an on-site
with an Omicron
COVID
breakout?
supervisor. Yes. But this has been going on since the beginning of COVID.
No, but recently, wasn't there another fire?
Yes, Wednesday was the second one in the same building. So there's been 3 fires now. The first major one was January of 2020. The other fire was December the 28th. Now, Wise Towers had gotten cited by fire department on December I'd say like the 13th to the 18th for removal of the sprinklers.
Removal of the
fire hose. Yes, they removed the sprinkler caps and never put them back on. They removed the fire hoses from the hallways and never put them back in those cases. Okay, they do what they want when they want. They take one elevator out of service for themselves. The other 2 run sporadically. The front door to the building has been broken for months. They leave it propped open with a chunk of wood.
Are these mostly seniors in these buildings?
It's a mixture. It's families.
Okay, mixed
more.
family.
It's a whole mixed family thing.
Okay.
19 stories high.
19
Now, the fire broke out in the compactor on the 19th floor. However, on the 10th floor, the compactor door for months had been hanging. Residents had put in tickets about the door was hanging from the compactor. It fell off completely Christmas Eve, which meant a child could have fell through that compactor hole. Anything could have happened.
We know that.
Tenants started putting in emergency tickets, but when you call the number for tickets, no one answered.
It's the same number as the 718
No,
number?
it's a 914 number for PAC, for PRC management.
Okay.
PRC has a 914 number that is never manned. If it's not manned during the daytime, it definitely isn't manned at night. But people kept calling and leaving messages on this recording that this door was completely off. They had a maintenance person come and put it where the slop sink area was, into the closet. So when the fire started at 6 a.m. on the 19th floor, the flames fireballed out of the 10th floor where the door was missing and shot out into the hallway, hitting everyone's doors, trapping them in. So everyone's apartment got engulfed in smoke so bad they couldn't breathe. It woke them up.
This was right after New Year's.
No, it happened on December the 28th.
Okay.
Right after Christmas, December 28th.
Okay.
Okay. 6 a.m. in the morning. Had it been at 8 a.m., you would have had a different amount of people waiting for elevators. There would have been more injuries. As it was, 7 people wound up in the hospital. 3 are currently still in the hospital. And 1 fireman was injured. Okay? But they had just gotten fined the week before for having those sprinklers. And they ignored those. The summonses were put up in the building, and they had their people rip them off of every single floor, but not before the tenants took pictures of them.
So it sounds like, I mean, if I was a thinking guy, right? Or it sounds like they're setting it up to actually have a fire that would burn the building down.
Absolutely.
That's kind of like what it sounds like to me. I'm just saying.
Because if you get them all out, then guess what happens? These buildings are going full market.
right?
Market rate.
Because you're removing the safety measure to prevent the
Yes,
fire.
that are in place for them.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, all right. So it sounds like they're trying to set the whole thing up.
So
There were people out their windows holding pillowcases and sheets,
to
screaming,
let
"Help
people
us!
know
Help us!"
they were there.
The firemen were on the roof breaking the windows from the outside to get people. This is how bad that fire was.
Now, where is the mayor of New York on this thing?
He
That
was
was de Blasio.
That was de
He was,
Blasio.
you know,
That was de Blasio.
that was de Blasio.
So okay,
But
so
recently, no, because we can, not to, So recently, because I know I saw the article in the paper recently. So what's going on now?
What's going on now? Wednesday, I guess PRC management tried to start pulling debris out of the compactors because they don't know how to work them. And we have retired NYCHA workers that live in that building that said to PRC management, we're not asking for a reduction in rent or nothing. Just let us show you how the system works. Let us show you how the boiler works. So we'll stop losing heat and hot water. When PRC first got these buildings in December, they went almost a month without heat and hot water because they refused to let NYCHA teach them how to use the boilers. So when the compactors started clogging up too much water, okay, then they turned around and said, let us show you how to work the compactors. Again, TRC said, no, we don't want you to teach us anything. So they've been pulling stuff out manually. So when the after the fire was put out, this past Wednesday, PRC workers, I guess, were trying to clear out the chutes, and there must have been some embers left over because it reignited. And the fire department was here again Wednesday.
So
But
actually,
PRC
this is
put
a
the
week.
fire. Yeah.
Wait. So I'm just going to put the story together now, right? So it was multiple fires. So finally, it was a major fire on the 28th that shot out on the 10th floor. So
Right.
they came in, right? It affected 7 apartments, and it affected every
No,
apartment
7
on that floor,
is
and
every
7 people.
From the 19th floor to the 10th is all mainly smoke and water damage. And then from
Gotcha.
the 10th floor down is water from them putting it out.
Yes.
So everyone needed an air purifier. Some people got put in hotels that night because their apartments were so badly damaged.
Okay.
So now all that little cosmetic upgrade nonsense they did has to be redone again.
So my question is, so here it is, they're removing the stuff a week later. And that means the garbage was still burning for a whole week until they decided to come and remove it, and it reignited and started the
Once
fire.
the air hit it, it started smoking again on Wednesday.
Because
So
fire needs
someone
oxygen.
called the fire department when the smoke started. Okay, but PRC was able to put it out themselves with their fire extinguishers. So by the time the fire department came, it was considered unfounded because it was put out.
So what is happening now? Like, why did you end up in the paper?
I wound up in the paper because PRC needs to be held accountable. NYCHA claims that if these management companies were not holding up their end properly, they would remove
them, right? And come back under the portfolio of NYCHA.
Yes. Under NYCHA, which means that RAD money.
Let's repeat that though. Let's repeat that one more time, Cynthia, because I want people to understand what
NYCHA
just
made
happened.
it very clear. If the company does not hold up to their end of the bargain, they would be removed and the development would be put back into NYCHA Section 9, and the remaining money that was not been spent for that development has to be turned over to NYCHA to continue the upgrade. That NYCHA doesn't want that. At least Gregory Russ doesn't want that.
And
because
this
when
is totally
Gail Brewer
grounds.
found it,
This is totally
hold on.
grounds
When
for
Gail
it to go
Brewer
back.
found out, when Gail Brewer found out about the fire, because I called her and woke her up, she called Vito. Vito and the rest of the crew was supposed to be coming up here, and they never showed. And I said, something's wrong. They're stifling this man. They're blocking him from coming up here.
And Vito is
And then what happened?
Tell who Vito is real quick.
Vito was our go-to guy. Not Gregory Russ. Gregory Russ is just the figurehead that does nothing, that gets paid all this money. And this is a payback because Vito cashed in his vacation days, because the man is always here. Because he gets stuff done. So this was a payback. Push Vito out and bring in HUD to help make all these conversions go through. But you can't put everything into Section 8, because if NYCHA claims that they're not getting funded by HUD to keep Section 9 going, what makes you think HUD is going to fund Section 8?
And a lot of us don't even want to go under HUD, because once HUD comes in, that means we're under receivership. And if you look at any public housing that is in receivership, they are worse than any public housing authority that governs them.
Yep. That's right.
Carmen in the chat room. So I can hear Carmen yelling right now because she texted. She started out cool. She's like, there needs to be a revolution of NYCHA residents against defendants that we didn't approve.
Absolutely.
And her finger's waving. And she's waving that finger at the same time. I guarantee you.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So,
all of this is a mess.
So, am I to understand that they need NYCHA to actually admit that they were wrong, which NYCHA is never going to admit they were wrong?
It's not NYCHA.
And they're never going to remove any of these people, because PRC management. Let me tell you something about PRC management. The main person in charge over there is Pierre Downing, who is also the sole proprietor of Khalil Holdings. He's an ex-wannabe actor. Back in the early 2000s, he was in BET, did a spin-off pilot called Harlem Nights, and he was supposed to be the NYCHA basketball heartthrob. Well, the series never even made it to air. It got canceled in the pilot, okay? But he still thinks he's living a dream. And he's not rapping to the women. He's lying. He is a professional, trained, lying actor.
There you go.
That's living a script all day long. And he has already come out and told people the only one that I answer to is Gregory Russ. NYCHA pays us. So if NYCHA's paying them, there's something else to this rad that we don't know.
Thank you, because why is NYCHA paying them? They should be.
And
it should be in reverse.
Up and said, but he is arrogant. Him, and there's another one on there named Amy. I forget her last name, but the two of them together are Ebony and Ivory. Get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, let's talk.
Okay.
Since I have you on the line real quickly, what is the name of that resident management, that corporation with Brian Benjamin?
Genesis
okay.
Corporation, and they are another one that do housing. It's a management corporation. They got cited in 2017 for faulty, a lot of things, bed bugs, no heat, no hot water, faulty fire escapes. He also claimed that he was a proprietor, but he wasn't getting paid until they found out he was getting $5,000 a month. But he was from Genesis. He was a co-founder.
And now Genesis is doing that. Is doing the conversion with the upper
Frederick Samuel.
Okay, so that's something we need to keep an eye on, and because I know Blackwell, she's on top of it. She's not gonna, she's a warrior too. I know she's on it, and shout out to Miss Blackwell. They gonna get some get right if they don't do what they're supposed to do. So I'm pretty how would I say, I'm looking forward to progress. Because even though all of this is going on and they're saying that this is such a great thing, but we have yet to see it work. You understand? In the favor of the residents. So, that's just something to keep an eye on. And I want to thank you so much for coming and always giving us the business. Leave us with some last words for the end of the day, because we have come close to the end of the show. What do you have to say, my love, to the people?
everybody has to get unified together. This is not about egos. This is about saving our homes. This is about saving our homes. Because if not, they are ready to mow us over.
They already doing it if we haven't been paying attention.
If you didn't pay attention to what they did to Vito, we are small potatoes.
Thank you. Again, Vito was a warrior. Y'all need to understand that. They pushed that man out. And they gagged him because he can't even say why he had to leave. Can't even say what's left up to what they are planning to do with us later on. And that's crazy. But again, thank you, Cynthia, and I appreciate you. And you stay getting better. And I will. Still praying for your son. I hope he's feeling better as well.
Yeah, he's in it for the long haul this time.
Oh man. But we here.
Yeah.
We here and we gonna still keep pushing, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Take care, my love.
All right, Cynthia
Bye-bye.
Tibbs. Bye. I'll see you in a minute. Word up. That's Cynthia right there.
See, what's not understood is NYCHA tried it with Wise to do their thing, and they noticed it's not working.
They tried it with multiple developments.
And in what development did it work?
None.
So why are we just nip it in the bud and keep it moving and say it didn't work?
Because
NYCHA will never say it didn't work because we know they're never gonna admit to it. But hello, it didn't work, NYCHA. Let's move on. It didn't work.
They're not gonna move on.
They're not.
Because you gotta understand in doing this, they're offloading. They're offloading their stock, their unwanted stock. And that's all we are. So that's one of the main reasons why I and everybody else, we are managers of our own developments, Even, that's why I hope that you guys were listening, that, it takes presidents coming together as well as residents coming together, Shout out again to all the presidents who won their elections, And I'm going to just say that because you guys put yourselves out there. You left yourselves vulnerable. Even those who were in the running, I want to give a shout out to you for getting in the race. Because unless you're in the race, you should have nothing to say. Okay? Because if you didn't put your name in that ring to get chosen, you should have nothing to say. You should have nothing to say. Because guess what? You're happy being on the sidelines. And that's what I have to say about persons of that nature. So again, we're here about the forward progress. And those of you from the 68, I need y'all to understand today was the first day of early voting. You guys need to go out there. You need to hit your voting polls. You have them at the Johnson houses, and you also have it at on 100 and darn it, it's like I'm forgetting everything today. Either way, you need to go out there for your early voting sites from now, January 8th to January 18th. I need y'all to go out there and you need to go and vote for the next assembly person. And it is very important that we have someone from East Harlem in that vote. Eddie Gibbs, okay? We need to push him through because we need Harlem represented. You have to understand, every elected official shares East Harlem with another district. You have your city council that covers East Harlem and the Bronx. You have your senator that covers parts of East Harlem. Then you have your other senators that cover Harlem and part of the Bronx. Our money is always shared with someone else. That assembly seat is strictly for us. That assembly seat is East Harlem. So I need East Harlem, the 68th district, to go out there and vote for your Democratic nominee. I need you to go out there and vote. If you didn't do it today, you have until January 18th. January 18th, yes, I did say it right. January 18th is the last day you can vote. And this is a general election. This is a special election for the general public. We need y'all to go out there. We need to the 68 needs to show up. I know a lot of y'all went out there in that cold today to go and vote. I didn't vote today. I like voting on voting day. You understand? I'm not an early voting person. That's just my nature, and that's just me. I like to go the day of and go through the process. But I don't care what your prerogative is. I need y'all to go out there and vote. You need to rock that vote for the 68th. And I'm telling y'all, we got big things coming for the rest of the show, for the rest of the year. I have a feeling that we're going to have multiple surprises. We're going to have our ups. We're going to have our downs. But our downs mean that we are on the rise, because there is no rising without you falling, because you only learn when you fall and you're able to get back up. Because only if you fall do you know what it means to be in the fight. So I need y'all to understand that. And I need y'all to understand we are united. UNITY. That a unity. We are united. We are one. We are together. And we have a plan, y'all. We have a plan. My plan for NYCHA, us as residents, is management. We are here, we are sharing the information, and that is the difference between us and them, because it is us and them. We are the ones living it. We are the solutions to our own problem. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all know we about this walk. So we doing a lot of walking here, y'all. And I might get a little tired, so I'm going to lean on the shoulders of all of my NYCHA people, because I don't just represent the 68th. I don't just represent NYCHA. I don't just represent Manhattan. I am citywide. I am international. I am nationwide. I will talk to you about public housing. I know about public housing in NOLA. I know about public housing in DC. And remember, DC is not a state, so that's even totally different than what we are. You understand what I'm saying? There's even Section 8 and public housing in Puerto Rico. Why you think everybody run over there to Somos? Okay, y'all gotta understand that. We are national. We are national. Okay? It's not NYCHA. It's National Public Housing, NPH. Okay? So you heard it first, as always, here on Mi Gente, My People Incorporated.
Goddamn. Listen, if I was going to end the show, I would end it like that. Like, that was so hot. But the chat room was so lit today. I mean, there were so many comments. There's comments that I didn't even get to. Let me just see. I'm just going to kind of see if I can get to the few that are there. If this will move out of the way. Yeah. Comments on it. And Valdez says, Maria and I are going to put Gravesend on the map.
Y'all already on the map. We don't want to hear about putting y'all on the map. Y'all already on the map. We just going to shine y'all stars. Yeah, y'all are stars and y'all going to shine.
And we want to speak to other presidents as well. And Carmen was commenting
hello.
About... Yeah, that was your rant. She's like, hello. Right?
You know?
Because it is national housing is the problem. It's not just a NYCHA thing. You know, and we have to... And if we're going to make this thing work, it has to work across the country.
And if you need me, and you got my number, you just hit me up and I'm out there. I don't mind traveling in Coney Island. The queue goes straight there. Last stop, the last stop.
Ding, ding.
I'm there.
So I'm going to punch out. We rocked the hour and a half for today. If you want to, we had an hour and a half. Well, what I do want to say is, Ada, yes?
No. Yeah, any last words for the people? We gonna get her talking, y'all. This my buddy. Yeah. Y'all better stop. This my co-host. She keep me grounded here. She stuck it out with me.
She's like the silent presence.
She is now official because she's on the paperwork. So she official tissue.
She's official tissue.
I speak when I need to speak. I'm looking at the comments. If y'all got any questions, I'm willing to answer questions. I see Titi Carmen out there. Yeah. She light up today.
So what I will say is during the week, this show, it'll be an hour of the show, will be on Boardwalk Global Media Radio, which is on Airtime Pro. So if you put in Airtime Pro, and I'll post it on Facebook.
In the chat room.
Yeah, I could actually. I'm going to put it in the chat room, and it'll pop up on CC's page. And this show airs every day at 7 o'clock. So you can hear the show.
It's the same show today.
It'll be the same show for 5 days.
Until we do it next week,
we do it
y'all.
next week.
That's big thing,
So you can actually do
BGM.
that, right?
I'm loving it.
That's what's happening. So, and that broadcast, we do that 24 hours a day. All the shows you can hear. But the new thing is now that we can replay the shows, at a scheduled time that you guys can, if you did miss it or you want somebody to hear the show, you can go, you know what? I can hear Mi Gente My People on Boardwalk Global Media Radio every day at 7 o'clock. And I will, I got to put it in the chat.
And listen, y'all, we have a whole lineup of different shows. We can, what? You going to tap your foot to something? You going to snap your fingers? You going to drop it like it's hot, and you're going to get the food for everything. We got food for y'all. We feeding your minds. We feeding your thoughts. We feeding your soul. We feeding you with us.
Are you in the chat? Are you in the chat?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because I'm going to send the link to you. I'll send it to you.
Well, we put it out there.
Also,
and y'all know, Boardwalk Global Media, I need $1 from every NYCHA resident, y'all. 400,000.
Don't forget, guys, our community refrigerator on 102nd.
No, it's 101st.
101st and 2nd Avenue. Don't forget, spread the word that refrigerators fill from Monday through Friday.
We're going home to fill it.
We're going home right now. And it's the weekend, and we still filling it up. If you have anybody who in your neighborhood that you know is homeless and not even have to be homeless, is down and out, come to the
If you're hungry,
refrigerator.
come to the fridge.
Come to the fridge.
Right?
Carmen got one too.
Yep.
The 830 Douglas.
Nice. She got one too. Okay.
That's right. She had hers first.
Some punch out because I got some other stuff I got to do today. I want to, once again, we do this every Saturday at 4 o'clock. It's supposed to be an hour, but you know what? Sometimes the conversation gets that good, it's that informative, and you can't just cut off good information. You know what I'm saying? Good information was had today, and the update was crazy because we haven't done this in a couple of weeks. So we had a lot of things to talk about. Congratulations to you, Claudia, on the housing management situation and becoming a business. Congratulations to Carmen for becoming a business, and I can't wait to see what that's going to do.
We learning like you were inspiration too, right? Because you a businessman.
Yeah, I am a businessman all day.
You know what I mean?
You
I'm
know,
like, wait a minute. Why are we steady working for others and working for free when we could work for ourselves
Exactly.
and build us?
All you have to understand is that, the word hustle has sort of a bad rap, right? When you own your own business, you are hustling, not hustling to beat people, but hustling to make money and provide services. You know what I'm saying? A hustle could be a good hustle or a bad hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's like integrity. Integrity isn't good or bad. It just means you are who you say you are, right? A thief can have integrity. If you sit next to a thief and he says to you, listen, if you get up and go to the bathroom, I'm going to steal your purse, right? And you get up and go to the bathroom and he steals your purse, he is in integrity because he told you what he was going to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So integrity ain't good or bad. It's just you are who you say you are.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day. So I'm going to punch out. I'll see y'all next week. And I guess it's going to be on the way. She's coming to meet you, I guess.
That's right.
All right, because y'all got to do your thing around 8 o'clock.
And I want you on this show.
Yeah, definitely come through.
I want to put you on, and Renee, I want to bring you up here. We gonna start bringing our guests back. I've been kind of selfish. I want to keep it to myself.
Nah, bring your people because it's a show for the people because it's Mi Gente, my people, right?
That's right, and you were saying it right. When you say Mi Gente, me people, you could say it that way because in Spanish, me is mine.
It's mine anyway. I know,
There
but
you
I try
go.
to get it right the way you designed it.
It's
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? See y'all next week. Tomorrow we're back doing the One Night Show tomorrow. We're doing Hip Hop Boulevard tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and then Prospectively Yours is back on
Absolutely,
with my man
boy.
Jeff, right, who was in the chat room also. He was
Jeff.
watching. And Maria
New
Davis.
Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Jeff. And Maria Davis, Can't Be Silenced, which is tremendous. Also Harlem based, right? She's Harlem based.
She keep rocking check. She on the west side.
Yeah.
Like y'all gotta listen to Maria. Maria is like mama.
And she comes on every
Monday
at 5 o'clock. That's right. So if you can, subscribe to Maria Antoinette Davis's Facebook page. So when she goes live,
fire, y'all.
You can see, get the notification and see some great shows.
Yeah.
You know,
I think last week she had Cordell on. Was it last week or the week
it was about 2 weeks ago. She had Cordell on.
Mm-hmm.
She had Cordell, the senator, right?
Yeah.
Senator Cordell. She
Cordell
had
Claire.
Cordell Claire.
I'm sorry. I don't want to call her by her first name, but she's
Cordell
a
Claire.
beautiful person. I know her.
She had Granddaddy IU on because she talks about hip hop too. She had
We Are Hip Hop.
Yeah, We Are Hip Hop. She talked to who else she had? Oh my, it's so many different avenues she travels. And then she's an AIDS activist because she's an AIDS survivor. You know what I'm saying? So it's all that. So that's the lineup for the next couple of days, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Claudia will see you next week. She'll probably come on the Real Discussion next week again.
Listen, I love y'all. Let me tell you, I just want to say thank y'all for having me because I never laughed so hard. My cheeks were hurting me. But it's really what it's called, the Real Discussion. I came here and I thought I could just be me, but I had to be real.
Yeah.
You understand? I had to cough it up, even though I didn't want to cough it up, and it let me come out of my box. So thank y'all for that.
I was glad, and if you can, you should tune into the Real Discussion with Rock Logic, Gary Fax, and Robin, and Rocky D
at 7
because it's different, and we just talk about everything under the sun. It's light. It's humorous. We're joking, and we're just having a good time because life can't always be gloom and doom. Sometimes you got to have some happy times. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
that's what it's about. I'll see you all tomorrow and next week.